See, I'm not good with technology at all, and um, I'm dealing with an organization that relies heavily on technology, and so they do these tactics. Um, I'm woken up in the middle of the night. This time it was sometime a little bit before 2 o'clock in the morning. It's now 3 a.m., 3:02 a.m., and um, they do things that, I mean, it's just a repeat usually. They do different things, but it's cyclical where they do the same thing. Like not long ago, they did this squirrel sound, and there's a woman's voice that comes on. Like it's a computer generated squirrel uh, being killed uh, outside my window, and that's what wakes me up. But first I hear this woman's voice saying something like, it's like queuing up some sort of recording. Um, and so this happened like a couple weeks ago, maybe yeah, a couple weeks ago, where and it's happened before too, periodically. Um, and it's hard to explain because it's the man next door that does it, and that there are two men that live or maybe pretend to live next door overnight because they're usually gone during the day. But then there's the cottage where this creepy man is, and he's always heavily into the animals, where he spreads the seeds for the squirrels, and but I think he does computer stuff too that is part of this organization that targets people, and they've targeted me. And I think it's a large organization, and it seems to be military, governmental. It's I think they've got a lot of funds to play their games with. They have high technological toys to play with, to enact these sequences that they kind of do on me. And also, some of it's dangerous, because it's like this one time, or I believe it's a couple of times that this happened, where they left a big console out in the front of my yard, and so I picked it up and dragged it back over next door to where they live. But it was, I mean, there was something radioactive in it or something, because my finger, it was heavy, this metal and plastic thing, and but I picked it up with my bare hands, and my fingers, my thumb and forefinger got got I mean, numb immediately. And so that's happened a couple of times, because I forget between times, and I don't have it figured out right away. It takes me a while to figure what they do, the things they do. And my hair has fallen out so much, and they spray toxic fumes into my yard and into my bedroom and the back room over there. And there's, they send something, waves or something, where there's pounding at night in my ear, and a ringing. There was a ringing for a short time after I woke up this time. And it's just, they do stuff like that. And, it's highly illegal, but it's funded. It's also highly funded by something. I think I'm targeted because my family, there's a lot of military, and there's a lot, but there's, most of my family is, well, they're either affluent or they're upper middle upper class people. They and there's some that are military, and there's some in high, important jobs. And I think, when I woke up after this happened, I was thinking very clearly about all of this. How, what is the reasoning behind this? I think these people they've been hired to do this, and they're also kind of, it's kind of their mission to be this type of people, and it really is something that they believe in very, very much. That's how they grew up, I think, is believing in this. And what I wanted to say when I first started thinking about this, I was thinking very clearly about what I would say, and now, because I have to actually do it in the 3D, it's really hard to get the words out exactly what's happening, because I think periodically I kick them out of my phone. They monitor my phone very heavily, and my other devices, my TVs, my security system, they have this, the Wi-Fi. I just noticed, I think it was yesterday, that they had, there was no Wi-Fi on my security system. So I went to put my Wi-Fi on, and there was a couple of other ones listed, that I could use. Not my Wi-Fi. It was these people's, and it started with dead something numbers, and then there's other ones too. There's multiple ones that they use on my phone, but on my base station, or the keypad that I was using for my security system had them on there, and so I think I temporarily kicked them off for a while, but it's back to the they have since I mentioned this console thing that has been in my yard twice that I can remember, and then they put like metal bars. I'll find these metal bars that look like they've been there forever, but I know my backyard, and so a month or so ago, I picked up one of these bars and put it in the garbage can with my bare hands, and my fingers went numb again. And so, and they can't, they're very confident that they will never be caught because this video won't get out, because they've got control of it. And so it's not going to get out. It's going to be suppressed, and I don't know what they do with it, but so I think my family is part of this because, they've got that mindset where they are superior. And, it's always been the way in my family, and it's always been like I've always been the one that was different and not worthy to receive any of these high honors and accolades and medals and and prestige, and apparently they get it in really nefarious ways. They attain this through, to me, since I'm a child of God, and I know that, I've known that for always. I've always known that that and I believe that it's an evil fighting good type thing. That's what it feels like to me. It's like this is something big that is happening. That these organizations, it feels like, like a Nazi type thing, or it feels like it's something like that. It's like evil organization that wants to be global or is global, and they're trying to gain power, and they're trying to, I don't know, it really feels like that to me, that they're targeting me, not for that. Well, partly for that, I think I have something that they want to emulate and really absorb and become, because they feel that it's a tool that they can use to lead and control. And it really, I don't know how they decide that they're going to absorb my essence, who I am, and replace me, and use it or something. I don't know. It's not gonna. It isn't going to work. It isn't going to work at all. So but I think it's also where my family's concerned, is my family, or in the smaller sense of it, that they are for this because it moves them up in the ranks, that they're part of this organization that feels that they're superior. My little kitty cat. There's my kitty cat. That's my love. That's my kitty cat. I'm just gonna have a rough day today because I wanted to get this on here. I had a better way to say this. It was really very clear. I asked God, and it came to me how I should say this. know that it's really going to work. I don't know that this will work because I had more to say about it. There was this last night, before I went to bed. There was this other creepy guy that is, I guess he's supposed to be the building person, the building manager that is renovating this apartment house next door to me. Still going on, but I think they're just. And yesterday, what I wanted to say was that a guy, one of the workers that regularly comes here and does the technological stuff. When I kick them off, then they, we have a little battle with me keeping them off and them trying to get back on and stuff, and they manage it, they do it, but this guy brought out one of these consoles. It was a bigger one than the one that was in my yard, or outside of my yard, and but this one, he had on a mask and he had on thick gloves and he was carrying it. It was heavy. You could tell it was heavy, and he put it in the back of his car and drove off. And then I didn't look anymore after that. And he must have come back at some point and replaced it with a new console. And so now here they are. They're back in my phone, playing around and monitoring me and watching it. The light buzzes, when I turn it on, and in the different rooms. And then, but there must be something still that they're fiddling with, because the building manager came, and he's this person that is. There's another guy that they look a lot alike. They're both small men, that very nice, clean looking. They're thin, and they seem to be very friendly with each other. They like each other. One's more fastidious is the word that comes to mind than the other, but the not as fastidious looking one, but still clean and crisp looking person, but I can't stand to be around them, even looking at them. And I just don't like the energy that's coming off them, that I want to back away from them because there's something unclean about them, that I don't like them. I don't like these people. But they were fiddling around with this technology. He had this big thing, and and then he had a clipboard that he was writing down on. And then when I tried to watch TV, the sound went off, in my bedroom when I'm watching TV, and they work so hard at this, and they're so in concert with each other. And then they have these vignettes that they show me. It's back with this couple that pretends to be parents to the older boy and the littler boy, and then, but it's a cold, creepy vibe that goes on, and the guy whistles, and it's hard to explain, but it's very, very strange. My life is very strange. And I think they're trying to make it seem as if I'm losing my mind because I think there's an inheritance or an insurance policy that my family, they have already cashed in on, or they've or something. It's something like that where they stand to gain, and they also rise in the ranks of this organization that is just evil, evil fighting against good. And I'm God's child, and I will never cede. No, I will never be blind. I'll never be blinded by these people. I will never. I will always see through this. I'll always see through what these people are doing. And I keep hoping for the people in the white hats to come riding in, or, with their lances, or I don't know, I'm mixing up different ideas about who the good guys are, but I keep hoping for them to take notice or to come in and do something about this, because I don't think I'm the only one that's afflicted by this horde of attackers that are, I believe they're hired too. They're a hired unit that does this, and it's mainly men. I believe it's mainly men, but women are, the also the supporting actors. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know who's behind this. There's people that are high. There's one person in particular, one family in particular of mine. That they're in positions of high authority, and really responsible positions. And I believe that they want to protect their status in life. That's everything to them, I guess. It's everything to them. More than the fabric of, I know I sound so, I don't know, I think they take heavily from Star Wars, that this idea of, I never was a Star Wars fan, but I know these people are. I just know it. But not that Star Wars is something evil. It's just that they model themselves after some of this Star Wars stuff, or things of that, movies of that ilk, and just to make themselves feel, because I believe they believe that they're working for God, that they believe that. They believe that they're on the side of good. I think they've got this idea that they can do anything they want because they're the right ones. I've got to end this. I've got to try to get some sleep.